Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, and today we're going to be talking about how those odds have been acting up for the game between the St. Louis Rams and the San Diego Chargers. How you doing today, Jordan?
Doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Now the Rams are coming into this one after taming that pony over the week, last week, when they actually received the Denver Broncos. Now, granted, they did get that win with 5 field goals and a single touchdown, but they did hold Peyton to his lowest scoring game of the season at a single touchdown, man. Now, as for San Diego, they seem to have lost that steam that they had at the beginning of the season and barely squeaked the win against the Raiders last week. Anyways, as for the odds, bookmakers opened this one favoring the Chargers by 6 points, and since then that line has dropped considerably. BOL has them at -4.5, and Pinnacle has them at -5. Now, despite that, the Rams did get that win last week against the Broncos. They are still 4-6 straight up and against the spread, while San Diego is 6-4 straight up and 5-5 against the spread. Not much better, but still, it is a little bit better than what St. Louis is offering. Now, something to consider in this case, we see that San Diego has gone 0-1 when being favored by half a point to 6.5 points, while the Rams are actually 2-3 when coming in as a pick'em to 6.5-point dogs. Now, I'm kind of thinking, it's a bit of a roadblock in this case, man. I mean, St. Louis has gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games in November, but San Diego is 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games, following in a straight-up win. They're also 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games after scoring less than 15 points in the previous game. All right, brother, so with all that in mind, where do you think the line is going to close out, 4.5 or 5?
Good question. You could see both. I think 5 is where I'm leaning, but personally, this one's up in the air, man. This is one of the more interesting games of the week by far, especially after St. Louis's win last week and how Chargers lost 3 straight coming into last week and struggled against the Raiders. So, I mean, you're looking at a game that has a lot of unknown and a lot of up in the air, and it's just looking to me like it might not be a game that I want to wager on too soon right now. Probably one that I'm definitely going to want to watch. Yeah. But man, there's so much unknown in this game, and how you don't know how the Chargers defense is going to come to play. I think the Rams defense has come to play. So it really just comes down to the 2 offenses of this team. Would you not disagree?
I totally agree, man.
So where do you give? Obviously, if Rivers comes back to being Rivers, then you know where you're going to go with this game. But is that really going to happen here? I mean, he is at home. It could be. It could be the week that they get it back altogether. I could probably see that argument being made. But man, I mean, you can't argue with the Rams right now. They keep every time you write them off, they prove you wrong. Basically.
Exactly.
So,
and I'm kind of thinking,
I don't know what to do with this game.
Well, I'm kind of thinking, the whole deal is that they have that momentum on them. And, dude, I mean, they beat one of the best teams right now in the league, I'm thinking they're going to come in with a little bit of, that extra oomph, and they're going to be able to, make San Diego struggle a bit. Granted, like you said, they are at home and all, but I'm kind of thinking that momentum that they're going to bring in, it's going to just, have them playing like superstars, I guess.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that we've seen that happen before. And this team is very young but very well coached, and they are a legitimate force this season. So I just don't know. It's just not a game I can bring myself to bet on. I think looking at the consensus data, it does seem that a lot of people are thinking that the Chargers are going to bounce back this week, and last week was kind of an anomaly. We've been seeing the Broncos kind of struggle to score early recently, and that was kind of their undoing last week, especially with all the injuries they sustained in game. So I want to give credit to the St. Louis Rams. I really do, and I think I try to. I'm definitely not naive to the fact when we've been talking about it. I literally think I'm bringing up every week now, and we brought it up last week before that game because we talked about it, and we were like, I would not be so confident about the Broncos on the spread in this game, and we ended up being very, very right. So just it's not a game I'm looking at to target at all. It blows my mind how much I want to fade this game. I can't bring myself to bet on it. I'm probably just going to prop my feet up and watch it. It's going to be a good game, though.
How about the total? What's it looking like?
See, that's another thing. It's at 43.5. So that's another. Initially I was like, well, with the way that the San Diego's been playing, the under looks like a great play here, even though they are at home. But 43.5, it's dropped 2 points from when it opens, and I really didn't start thinking about this until recently. So probably a lot of people have been betting the under on this game, and probably have gotten good value on it. But down from 45.5 now to 43.5, it's just not. I have to look at it completely different. 2 points is a lot when the total's already low. So I just think overall, just probably not a game I'm going to focus on for the NFL picks.
All right, we'll put that one in the bag again. We got 2 games already that we don't want to bet on, man. All right, Jordan, as always, brother, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and I look forward to doing this again next week.
All right, thanks, Dax.
No problem. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.